Welcome, LBY, to this practice today. We'll start in a seat, any seat you like. And those of you who were enjoying the sutras, I promise you I'm going to get back into the sutras very soon. But today I feel inspired to tell you just about a book that came to mind today. It's by Eric Schiffman, a longtime yoga teacher. If you've not come across his book, Moving into Stillness, it's a really delightful one. And the reason why I thought of this is because I was just contemplating the importance of stillness and rest in times when you need to make a decision, or during times when you're seeking more clarity, or you're looking like for the next intuitive step. What is it that allows for the arising of a powerful and clear inner knowing? Well, it's a kind of mental stillness. And does that mean we have to meditate all the time? I think meditation is amazing. But I do also believe that there is a way to hold that stillness with you throughout your day. And for a lot of us who are quite physically inclined, moving is actually one way to come into stillness. So I invite you to set that intention as we move through our practice today, that no matter what is happening, no matter what movement occurs, not just through the practice, but through your day, can there be a part of you or a part of your attention that is still, that is receptive to guidance, and that is willing to hear an inner call or an inner voice. So I invite you to take your hands on top of each other, to close the eyes, drink this in, and make it yours. Let's continue for a little while, developing the breath, willfully lengthening each inhale and each exhale. We'll take hands onto our hearts so we can join in that vibration of Om. Emptying, taking a breath in. Opening your arms, send the chest wide and up. And then exhale, reach forward, round and empty. Again, inhale, open up. Exhale, empty out. Twice more. Inhale, opening. Exhale, emptying. Last time, inhale fully. Exhale, empty radically. Next inhale, I encourage you to lift onto your knees. Open the arms wide, lift the heart, touch palms. Exhale, hands to earth, empty out at cat. Inhale to cow, arching. Let's make a neutral spine. Send the hips forward like you're doing a knees down push-up, nice and firm as you slowly lower. Elbows pointing back. Lifting to a small cobra. Could even lift your hands. And then push and press onto the knees, taking child's pose, reaching forward. Walk your hands to one side. And then to the other. And back at center. Walk in close. Come high onto knees. Again, let's open the arms. Reach up. Exhale, hands to earth. Empty in cat. Inhale, arching cow. Exhale again, nice and flat. Tuck the tail a bit, hug the belly in, and lower. Lifting for cobra, could be higher now. Exhale, release, roll over knees, arms forward, take it into puppy. Keep your puppy, but walk your arms to the left. Keep your puppy, walk your arms to the right. Back through center. Walk it in. Last time, come high onto knees. Open it up, reach high. Exhale to empty in cat shape. Inhale, take it to cow. Exhale, neutral back, strong tummy as you come forward and down. Lift into the highest cobra yet. Heels pointing up. Exhale. This time, take it into downward facing dog. Move the heels around. Long neck. Step your feet halfway up, but as wide as the mat. Press your belly backward. Head is heavy. Breathe. Come on up to flat back. And then exhale, fold over your right leg. Flat through the middle. Fold over the left leg. Flat through the middle. Rock onto heels. Push into hands. Rock onto heels. Push into hands. Right toes tap the right wrist and step it back. Back onto heels. Left toes tap left wrist. Back onto heels. This last time, you'll step or float your way between your hands. Flatten out. Fold. Lift the heart to stand tall. Tadasana. Connect to your center. Inhaling, reach high. Exhale, dive down. Inhale, flat. Exhale, step or leap to lower. You might feel ready for chaturanga. Up dog or cobra opening. Exhale, downward facing dog. Heels heavy. On toes, bend the knees. Keep the hips high though as you look forward. You'll step or hop to the top. Lengthen. Fold. Lead with your heart to stand up, Urdhva Hastasana. Connect at Tadasana. We'll come right back in, reaching up, diving down. Inhale, flat. Exhale, step or leap to lower. Open the heart, shoulders back. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. On toes, bend the knees. Keep your hips high as you look forward. And you'll step or leap to the top. Long spine. Fold down. Rise. Tadasana. Connect. Get empty. Reach right back up, Surya Namaskar A. Dive down. Emptying all the way before filling up to flat back, Ardha Uttanasana. And you'll step or leap as you lower your way. Your job to protect your shoulders, know where they are at. Meeting together at downward facing dog. Connecting. Tradition says 5 breaths. On toes, bend knees, look forward. You'll step or pounce. Lengthen. Fold. Rise. Tadasana. Let's get one more traditional A. Keeping it warm, guys. Inhale, reaching high. Exhale, dive down. Inhale, flat. Exhale, step or leap to lower. Inhale, open. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Point our fingers forward. Ribs hugging in. Prepare. And step or leap to the top. Lengthen. Take your fold. Root to rise. Tadasana. Hands to the hips. Step your feet hips distance. Bend the knees. You'll interlace hands low behind. Lift the chest. And then smush your belly right onto your legs as you take a forward fold. Long neck. Come on up to flat. And then once again, step or leap to lower down. Take your heart opener. Downward facing dog. This time, the right leg sweeps up high behind you. Draw the knee in, place the foot. Let's set ourselves up for high lunge. One hand in front of the other. You can bend your elbows to free your chest and take a few moments. Still strong in the abdomen. Let's start tipping it to the left and creating Warrior Two. Open it wide. Looking forward. That right inner knee points forward. Let's catch a peaceful. Any version you like. Heart lifting. And a side angle. Forearm to thigh, hand to block, or outside the foot. Left arm across your ear. How long can you grow? Still lifting through the right side waist. Top palm pointing down. Okay, and just for about the count, I'll keep it quiet, but I'll internally count to 5. Float the bottom hand. Go ahead. And that was it. Both hands down. Walk them over to the left. Point your toes out. Bend into one knee. And then the other. Explore. Keep going side to side. All right, back at the center, plant your hands, parallel the feet now, and we're actually going to hop the feet together. Split the knees, get yourself a crow, and we're going to end up seeing if we can jump our crow back out after 5 breaths or so into a wide-legged stance. So set yourself up. Come on in, 5 full breaths. And hop out. Okay. Give yourself this fold. Come on up to flat, left toes in, right toes point to the front. Put a bend in your right knee. Set that left knee down. Outer arm down, inner arm down. Lizard. Keep squeezing this right leg in. Let's plant hands. We'll do lots more in a bit, but first we'll sweep this right leg high. Come down onto your elbows. Hop the left foot in. You can stay right here, or those of you who are craving it can certainly head all the way up into Pinja. Pretty early, I know. And then slowly lower. Straighten the arms. Take your flow. You can always skip it. And meet each other at downward facing. Slide the left leg high. And draw that knee forward, plant your foot, take your time setting up. Let's get to high lunge, one hand in front of the other. You could bend your elbows to offer your heart upward. Strong in the belly. Tip it to the right, and then settle that heel down, creating your warrior two. Inner knee forward, gazing forward. Tip yourself into Shanti Virabhadrasana, peaceful warrior. Express through your heart, open and receive. And create your side angle. It could be forearm to thigh, hand to block, or hand outside the left foot. Right arm reaching across. Grow the side body long. Keep the left waist lifting. Top palm is down. All right, for a silent 5 count, let's hover this bottom hand, get the core work in, strong leg work in. 3, 2, 1. Roll it all the way down. Walk your hands to the right. Okay, point the toes out, and same as before, we'll visit with one side. And then visit with the other. But if you'd like to get even juicier in the legs today, we're going to not be using the hands or keep them in prayer. And then pause at the center, plant your hands. You can hop your feet together once again. This time, you're gonna try crane. So you can either practice a crow or try crow with the straightest arms you can possibly muster. And then after 5 breaths, we'll hop it out to the wide-legged stance again. Back to wide legs, open your arms, interlace hands, and take a fold. Back up to flat. Right toes in, left toes point to the front. You're going to set your back knee down. We're setting up for this version of lizard. Outer elbow down, inner elbow down. So it's like a split practice with the legs, but the left knee hugs in tightly. That heat is going to serve you a little bit later. How soft can the neck be? And climb onto hands, tuck the back toes, sweep the left leg high, set your elbows down. Hop in with this right foot. And now I'm going to give you a couple options. Okay, one is practice this dolphin shape. Another is pincha. Another is try hollow back pincha. I think the most accessible way to do this is to bend your knees down pretty low. You're going to need to bend the knees low to counterweight, and the other side will be your butt. Your butt's going to go pretty close to the top of the mat or toward the top of the mat. And then the last component is like a gaze shift. So you do your best to look behind you at the mat, at the back of the mat, or even up towards your navel. And see where you get. And then come on out, and this time we're going to take a child's pose, arms between your knees. Go ahead and recover. and take your hands to the top. Back to downward facing dog. And you can step or leap your way to the top of the mat. Lengthen. Take the fold. Bend your knees. Utkatasana. And stand tall. Hands to the hips. Get your feet hips distance. Lift the heart. And let's catch a good deep fold. Any version you like. You could step on your hands, for instance, or even wrap your arms around your legs. Aiming to point the sits bones up. And looking forward. Hands to the hips. Come all the way up. Let's meet at Tadasana, connecting and centering once again. You could join the feet together. Let's take a hand onto the heart and one onto the belly. Come back to the intention you set. What does stillness look like? Especially stillness and movement for you. Get empty. Reaching all the way up. Take your dive down. Inhale flat. Exhale, step or leap to lower down. Inhale, heart opens, strong lifted legs. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll sweep the right leg high. Only this time, let your left elbow come down as you really lift that leg. Could even bend the knee. Make arcing motions just to get as open as you can get. Then look forward, plant the right foot to the top of your mat. Climb on up, backs of the hands together, or one hand onto the back of the other. Once again, bend your elbows, and that is so your heart can lift. Point the tail south, strong belly hugs back, but the heart breaks free. Enjoy it. Begin gently tipping to your left. And then once again, we'll set that heel down and push out to warrior two. Tip yourself to peaceful, maybe a different version this time, like left fingers forward, right hand behind your head. Straightening your right leg, could you keep this right elbow bent as you create your triangle? Touching right elbow down where it lands, left arm lifts up, long in the back. Keeping the neck comfortable, so wherever that gaze means, wherever that gaze falls, long breaths. Take a look down. Roll the hands down. Back heel's gonna lift. Left hand stays. The right arm reaches up. So this version of revolved triangle. Okay. Just to get a gentle spinal twist before we add on to it. A few breaths. You're about to launch onto the right foot and left hand. It's going to be revolved half moon. You can always take a block underneath the left hand. Left hand lands under the shoulder. Left leg is powerful. The right arm keeps reaching up. Long lines. Let's breathe to them. Take an inhale, open, and then exhale, step it back. Walk your hands to the left again, point the toes out. Let's crouch low into each knee, as we've been doing. Only this time I invite you to kind of fold it forward. We're starting to flirt, as you see, with wide legs, like a middle split. And then come on into the middle. The feet will go parallel. This time when you hop your feet, it's just about shoulders distance apart, so go ahead. Okay. We're going to end up in Bhuja Pidasana, that shoulder pressure pose. Walking your hands backward, snuggling the legs up as high as you can onto your arms or shoulders. Point the fingers forward, land on your palms, and cross the feet or ankles. This is it. 5 full in and out breaths. And then you'll open back into that wide-legged stance. Once again, give yourself a deep fold. Okay. We're a lot warmer now, so you might be able to walk your fingers back, walk through your legs. Come on up to flat. Left toes in, right toes point to the front. Set your back knee down. Now you could take this to lizard again, or you could take it into split practice. Pad up in your way. Remember, sometimes a long, low lunge is great for the splits. Okay, we're gonna sneak our way out, but into a side plank and maybe even Vashisthasana B, your side plank B. With right yogi toe hold, first 2 fingers are on the big toe, left hand stays. And let me give you one more version, a challenge actually, and that is to stay on your left elbow as you create your Vashi B. Okay, do your best. Both feet down, hands into plank. Take your flow. Downward dog. We'll slide the left leg really high. And in fact, we'll get that right elbow down. You could even bend the top knee, make some movement up there, looking to stretch the legs actively. Looking forward, both hands straight or both arms straight, so you can step that left foot between your hands. Set up for high lunge, one palm on top of the other. Arms up, elbows back, belly strong, but the heart is free. Soft lips and jaw, move them around if you have to. Gently tip it to your right. Back heel will set down and you'll push the two sides away to create warrior two. Any version of peaceful, like right fingers forward, left hand behind your head. Big open heart as you breathe. Keep your elbow bent as you straighten this left leg. Twist to the right to create your triangle. Long in the back. And that left elbow points down. It may or may not land somewhere. That right arm reaches high. Let your neck be soft. Let the gaze fall wherever it does. Sip on breathing. Inhaling. Exhale, look down, roll down. That back heel lifts. Keep your right hand here. Back hip shifts back, or top left hip shifts back. Left arm reaches high. We're creating this version of a revolved triangle. Let's really warm up for what comes next. Let's stay connected. Look up. Looking forward, shift yourself into that revolved half moon, balancing on left foot. Right hand comes underneath the right shoulder. You could bring it onto a block. Big, strong right leg hovers. That left arm still rolls up. Get throaty in your breathing. Inhale to expand it. Exhale to look down and step all the way down. Walking your hands over to the right. You can open out through the toes. Hands to prayer as you lower into the right leg. Reaching forward though. And up and over into the left leg. Same thing, kind of tipping the navel down toward the ground. Keep looking for those inner legs, side to side. Or arms out wide, your choice. And then back at center, plant your hands. Once again, you're going to hop your feet to shoulders distance apart. Go for it. This time, it's Titibhasana, so very similar to your Bhujapidasana, except that you're going to straighten your legs and fly them. If you've got wrist stuff going on, it can be helpful to stick a wedge under there, or even blocks. And then let it land again with those wide legs. Open the arms out. Interlace fingers, wonky finger on top. Take this fold. And then come on up to flat. And we've been preparing for this. Let's wiggle the feet out. So you get a choice. Is it wide-legged, like middle split, or is it knees down? Still slightly torturous, but perhaps more accessible. So pick your medicine. You wiggle your way out, get back into those wide legs. Taking the right toes in, left toes point to the front. Remember, this was lizard, and then it became a split or a really long, low lunge. Take your best leg stretch. Okay, and as we inch our way out, we're gonna create that side plank variation. Okay, with one challenging option to be Vashisthasana or side plank B even down on your right elbow. And then roll it into plank pose, clearing it out. Downward facing dog. I want to give you a chance to take a puppy-like shape that might be right from down dog, getting your face toward the mat. just for the shoulder stretch of it. And then back to neutral dog. Let's hop right onto our knees. Climb up high on the knees. We're going to set ourselves up for a camel. So one way to do this, is to open the arms wide, tip back, take the shape. Head draws back. And come on out, get neutral. From your heels, take your seat up and to the left. You can do Bharavadra's twist, twisting to the left, using your hands if you'd like to get a little deeper in. And then back to neutral. Seat up, and then over to your right. So heels are on the left. Once again, Bharavadra's twist. Twisting to the right this time. You could wrap your right arm around. Use your arms and hands for help. Okay, back to neutral and back onto your heels. All right. I'm going to cue 2 more back bends so we can finish up our practice. Please do take whatever back bends are calling to you, but I'm feeling inspired to take a camel into a wheel. One good idea could be to do a wheel before you try that if you're not so sure if you can manage it. In fact, I'll be responsible and do the same. Climb onto the back, set yourself up. Now you can be in wheel, you can be in bridge, you can even have blocks up on the wall. Modifying a wheel. Yogi's move. Get honest recovery in between. Could be hugging your knees in, could be flopping them side to side. Okay, come toward the top of the mat. If you're trying these camel to wheel, some of you do it all the time, it's no big deal. Others are just like, no thanks, which is fine. It's perfect. And then in between is someone who thinks they might be able to manage it but isn't quite sure. I'm going to say something I don't often say, and that is let your fear guide you. So if the fear is intense, you might as well trust that. If you don't have a spotter, you don't want to fall on your head. So you got to kind of trust that you are able to do it. The one thing that unlocks it, I think, is that you don't really have to worry about getting your hands too close. It's more like you could try making it a nice long back bend. But have a plan, have an exit plan. Trust your instinct. All right, and that's enough. Let's go. Recover. All right, do your body scan. Is there any last thing that you need before this feels complete? And then when you're ready, as you recline, having moved into stillness, I invite you to hold an inquiry lightly. And the inquiry could be you kind of asking for guidance about some kind of transition coming up, some kind of change you're making, some kind of clarity you're seeking. Ask the question, hold it lightly. Go ahead. Drifting into ultimate stillness. Welcome back. Climbing up for final seat. May you have so many moments of stillness and brilliant clarity, inner knowing and guidance. I'm so glad you're here, Yogi. Have a wonderful week or day or night. See you soon. And hey, don't forget, I am running a 200-hour YTT with both online on-demand modules and live video modules coming up at the end of February. It might be the beginning of March, but that is definitely happening. So if you are interested, send me an email. It's info@leighabutleryoga.com because I'm telling you before I have even publicly opened the informational page. All right, and I've already got some inquiries, so let me know if you're thinking of it. Talk to you soon. Be very well.